Hey guys, how you going? So today on BK Sport, we are back for episode number 3 of the Premier League preview series. Now, if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, then you do need to go and watch them. First episode will be linked here. That is Arsenal, Middlesbrough, Bournemouth, Stoke and Everton. And then episode 2 will be linked here. That one was Manchester United, Liverpool, West Brom, Sunderland and Leicester. Anyway guys, let's get into this. Let's start off with promoted side, Hull City. Signings, there's only one person there, Will Mannion, who's a goalkeeper. With the losses, Sonny Luco, Ryan Taylor and Mohamed Diame. Hull City, gee whiz. What a mess of a situation, put it that way. This is not what you'd want to be having surrounding your club going into the Premier League from the Championship. You want everything to be going your way. You want everything to be kind of looking nicely. You want great signings and you want to have a consistent manager. That is simply not happening in Hull City right now. The absolute off-season from hell has just happened at Hull City. Steve Bruce has gotten sacked. Takeover talks are continuously failing, and 2 massive players for the club have been released, and there's not been any real kind of replacement. Massive losses for the club with Sonny Luco and Mohamed Diame. Mohamed Diame especially, he's a quality player. Abel Hernandez is obviously going to have to take over the striking position. I know Luco wasn't exactly the most prolific striker for Hull City, but I really fancied him as a player, especially when he was back, when Hull City were back in the Premier League a couple of years ago. I really liked Sonny Luco, but obviously he's not there now. Looking to the midfield now, and there's nothing really that I can see troubling many teams this season. Livermore, Huddleston, El Mahamadi, nothing really there that is really going to frighten defences or frighten opposition midfield. And to be completely honest with you, the defence is an absolute shambles. Moving on to the prediction now, and I'm simply going to go bang 20th position. I'm sorry Hull fans, but you're going straight back down to the Championship. There is so much that you need to sort out at your club. It is unbelievable. Wait a second, I might actually have something for you. Hold up. I should have told you about this earlier actually. Aha! Leicester fans, you know all about this, I don't even know the name of it right now. This stress reliever. Sorry, Hull fans, I probably should have told you about this before I got into the prediction. Second up, we have Swansea City from Wales. Okay, the signings. Leroy Fer, Mike van der Hoorn, Tyler Reid, George Myers, Mark Biraghetti, and Fernando Llorente. Now with the losses, Alberto Paloschi, Andre Ayew, Ida. There is a ginormous amount of loan-outs. There is Matthew Grimes, Kyle Bartley, Liam Shepherd, Ryan Hedges, and Bafétimbi Gomis. From absolute one mess of a club to one that's kind of leading in a very similar direction. Swansea, I have loved watching over the years. I have really enjoyed their style of play, and I really enjoy kind of them being in the Premier League. I don't feel the management though is right for Swansea. I just think that they're starting to panic and they're really starting to implode. The captain and top passer, Ashley Williams, gone. Their top goal scorer and the most clinical is Andre Ayew, gone. Most accurate shooter, Alberto Paloschi, gone. Euro 2016 hero for Portugal, Ida, gone. And finally, Bafétimbi Gomis is gone! But that is just on loan. Granted, Swansea still maintain Gylfi Sigurdsson on their team sheet. That is fantastic for them to still have because Sigurdsson is a quality player. They've added in Fernando Llorente to take up the forward line, which I think, you know what, it could be a good sign. It could be. He has the potential, he has the quality, but he hasn't done too well at Sevilla and he didn't do too well at Juve in the last 2 seasons. So he really needs to kind of boost his game up again because he's really hit a stalling point. I actually feel that his playing style will actually suit the Premier League. Also though, I do think Leroy Fer is a really good signing for the club, and you've got to love an Australian. Mark Biraghetti coming to the goalkeeper, gotta love that. Prediction time, and Swansea fans, I'd probably kind of block your ears out now because you might not want to hear this. I'm going to be putting you guys in bang, 18th place. I think you guys are going to get relegated. I think your time is up. I think that the management is leading you guys in the wrong direction. This could all change though. Fernando Llorente hits form again, and obviously Gylfi Sigurdsson and Leroy Fer really changed the way of the club. I feel that Swansea are a team that deserve to be in the Premier League, but I feel that the way that they're being run and the current kind of implosion that is happening at the club will unfortunately relegate you. From all the way up in Wales to all the way down in London, next up we have Chelsea. Only 2 signings for the club in the off-season, and that is Michy Batshuayi and N'Golo Kante from Leicester. Losses for the club, Alex Kiwomya and Mohamed Salah. Then there's a heap of loans, Nathan Ake, Lewis Baker, Jeremy Boga, Thomas Callas, Tammy Abraham and Casey Palmer. Alright, chill out Chelsea fans, I'm not really going to be doing too much talking about last season. That was pretty much done when I was discussing Jose Mourinho at Manchester United. No, seriously, it's okay. It doesn't need to be said though, I am getting a really fresh vibe around Chelsea right now. 2 signings for Chelsea, one, Batshuayi is really going to be coming in to bolster that forward line alongside Diego Costa. 2 signings for Chelsea, one of them is Batshuayi. Now he's going to be coming in to bolster that forward line at Chelsea alongside Diego Costa. Then there's N'Golo Kante, who's going to be going straight into the defence, and we're really going to be hoping that he's going to kind of reinvigorate the Chelsea defensive qualities, as John Terry and Branislav Ivanovic just aren't what they used to be from last season. But then again, last season you can't really do much, you can't really kind of think too much about Chelsea last season because there was just a mess. New manager Antonio Conte is a step in the right direction in my opinion. Bit of a risk, but I do think that he'll be quality. He has been out of the managerial scene for about 2-3 years now, I think 3 years now, managing Italy, and I think that he's really going to kind of push the defensive qualities onto Chelsea a lot more. But word is that he might be going with a bit of a 3-5-2 setup, which is infamously known as being a severe wrong move at the Premier League. Prediction time, and I'm going to be putting Chelsea in, boom, 5th place. I just don't think Chelsea's defence is going to be kind of too sure enough yet. Last season, they're still kind of getting over the whole kind of scandal with Jose Mourinho and Eva and all that sort of stuff. Everything's still, it's starting to smooth over with Antonio Conte at the helm, but I just don't know if they're going to be ready to go back for another title challenge. And like I said in previous videos, this season at the top of the table is just going to be mental with Tottenham, Arsenal, City, United. Obviously, they can prove me wrong because Chelsea is a top tier team and anything can happen, but I feel they might just miss out. I think they're going to be the United of last year. They're going to be there, but they're going to be average. But like I said, I think this is going to come down to their defence. N'Golo Kante is going to be quality for them, but Branislav Ivanovic and John Terry are just completely different people from what they used to be. So, look, they could end up being top 4. They could easily challenge for the title, to be completely honest with you, but I'm going to put them in 5th place. Number 14 in the series, and number 4 in this episode, let's move on to Crystal Palace, managed by Alan Pardew. Signings for Crystal Palace, Steve Mandanda, goalkeeper out of Marseille, James Tompkins and Andros Townsend. Now with the losses, removal of deadweight has definitely begun. Emmanuel Adebayor, Marouane Chamakh, Breda Hungland, Adrian Mariappa, Dwight Gale, Patrick McCarthy, Jake Gray, Alex McCarthy and Jerome Benham-Williams. Now, I really like Crystal Palace as a team. I've always really liked Crystal Palace as a team, and I love their style of play. Everyone continuously thinks, oh, they're this high-end championship team that will get found out sooner rather than later, but I just don't see it. I really like them, and Alan Pardew at the helm, really good for their club. I think he's the perfect manager for their setup. Adebayor, Chamakh and Gale are really the only kind of relevant names have left Crystal Palace. Hangland too, but I just don't think that he is kind of up there anymore. I think they're all kind of past it, in my opinion. Yes, the striker position is quite bare now, and they're going to have to go ahead with Connor Wickham at the front of the line. But I do honestly feel that their 4-5-1 setup will trouble defences, and we all know how good they are at Selhurst Park. Townsend, Zaha, Balassi and Kabay is going to be one of the most underrated midfields in my opinion, and also the signing of Tompkins to go along with Scott Down in defence. I really think that this is going to be a quality team this year. This isn't even mentioning the quality of Steve Mandanda in the goalkeeper. He's a fantastic keeper, and I know a lot of you FIFA players out there will know exactly who this is. He's quite relevant. Anyway, prediction time, I'm going to be putting them in, bam, 11th place. I think this is really good for Crystal Palace. I know a lot of people from the way I've been talking in this video are going to say, oh, I thought you would have put them in like the top 10 or like between 5th and 10th. No, I don't think they're that fantastic, but I do think that they will trouble a lot of teams this year, and they'll finish around that mid-placing. They could finish anywhere between maybe 8th and 12th, but I'm going to put them in 11th place. Last but not least of episode 3 is Tottenham, managed by Mauricio Pochettino. Signings for Tottenham, Victor Wanyama and Hansen Jansen, or is it, well no, sorry, Vincent Hansen, or Victor Janssen, or Victor something. I don't know how those Slavic names are. I'm pretty sure it's Hansen, but there is a J, but I'm just going to go with Hansen. Losses for Tottenham, Grant Ward and Alex Pritchard. Then loaned out Philippe Lesniak and Federico Fazio. One of, if not the most underrated teams in the Premier League is easily, by far, Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur. They've flown in out of nowhere, no one really expected it coming, and I still feel that everyone's kind of reeling from the fact that Tottenham are actually back and Tottenham are actually here. They really fly under the radar all season. I think we found that last season where no one really knew that they were kind of there. I don't really think many people pay attention to Tottenham as much as they should. After Gareth Bale left a few years back for Real Madrid, Tottenham really went out and spent quite a lot of money on absolute flops. Yes, you heard me, Tottenham fans. You went out and bought absolute flops with it. I think we all kind of sat back and thought, typical Tottenham. But you're back. Under Mauricio Pochettino, Tottenham were absolutely fantastic last season. Until they bottled it with a few games to go, but I'm not going to take that away from what they actually did last season. They were really good. Pochettino has finally got his man though. Victor Wanyama is making a change from Southampton, coming to White Hart Lane. I think that's a really good signing for the Spurs. He's going to slot right into that central defensive midfield position. Pochettino actually wanted him last season, but couldn't get him. Southampton wouldn't release him. So now he's finally on this season. Now last season, Eric Dyer was pushed into that central defensive midfield role to kind of make up for the lack of being able to sign Wanyama. Now that Wanyama's actually there, Eric Dyer's in a pretty precarious position. Even though he was really, really good for Tottenham last season, he's not going to go under the defence because Alderweireld and Vertonghen have got the centre-backs lined up. Dembele and Wanyama in central defensive midfield positions, I don't really know a place that Dyer can really go, even though he played really well last season. I just feel with Tottenham, they've got a very well-balanced team. From Kane at the top, Lamela in the middle, Alderweireld at the bottom, and Lloris in the middle of the sticks. I feel that they've got a really good team and it's really balanced. That's just a few names. That's just kind of their spine. Or there's Ericsson as well. Geez, I don't even want to get into the kind of names I could put instead of those players. But yes, they've got a really well-balanced team. Position I'm going to put them in is, bam, third place. I feel that they are going to be within 1 or 2 points of taking it out. And if they don't get third place, I really think that they might get first. I honestly feel they could win it this season, but I don't know if I can trust them enough. I just don't think that Tottenham will be able to not bottle it at the end of the season. Arsenal fans always laugh at them saying, oh, Arsenal will always finish above you, which could potentially happen. I've got Arsenal in fourth, but I feel that Tottenham will finish above them this season, and they've got just as much right as winning it as any of the top 5 teams, Chelsea, Arsenal, City, United. They've got anyone. Out of all those teams, they have definitely got the opportunity to win it. Now, I know that you guys can obviously who I've probably got in first place. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But for now, Tottenham fans, you should be happy. You've finished above Chelsea and Arsenal in my books. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you did like it, please give it a big thumbs up so that I know that you're enjoying this content. Don't worry, there is still one more episode to go with 5 more teams. That will come out tomorrow before the Premier League starts. Oh my gosh, it starts tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. There is plenty more sporting content coming out across all different sports. NFL starting up soon, end of the NRL season, end of the AFL season, A-League, Premier League, oh my goodness me. But that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.